What's up, everybody? So you're thinking about buying a vacation rental on the Oregon coast, and you want to know which communities you should be doing that in. Well, in this video, we're going to go through all the best communities to invest in a vacation rental, and we're going to get after it right now. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about eating, sleeping, working, playing, the good and the bad of living on the Oregon coast, then subscribe below, tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to learn about the current market on the coast. My name is Eddie, and I get calls, emails, texts every single day from people just like you looking to make a move to the coast. So we're either moving in 9 days, 9 weeks, or 9 months. Give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email so I can help you make a smooth move to the Oregon coast today. Well, we are going to get after it. You're thinking about buying a second home that you want to VRBO. You're thinking about buying an investment property that you want to Airbnb. You're thinking about maybe getting a retirement home, but you don't want to move there just yet, and you want to get some cash flow while you're waiting. Well, this is the place that you want to be, and we're going to go over everything of what city, what town, what area you should be thinking about when it comes to buying an Airbnb or a vacation rental, short-term rental on the coast. Let's go. Okay, so we are here, and this is the Oregon coast. We're going on the map, and we are going to zoom in on just what might be the best areas. So I'm going to start from top 7 on down. So number 7 is going to be down here on the south coast of Oregon. This is from roughly south of Bandon all the way down to the border of California and Oregon. That is Curry County. That is southern Oregon coast. The non-incorporated areas of Curry County and even some of the towns are some of the best areas that you could get a vacation rental license in. All you need when you're in Curry County is basically a land use permit. So a short-term land use permit, that's it. So when you're outside of the cities, you got Brookings, you have Gold Beach, you have Port Orford. Those are the 3 towns that you're really going to want to steer clear of when you're in Curry County. But there's so many homes not in the city limits that don't have certain caps and certain rules on them that you're going to want to go to. So maybe you're thinking of Gold Beach, but you want to be just outside of Gold Beach, and you go to this Pistol River area. This Pistol River area just south of Gold Beach is going to be a perfect area where you can possibly get into a vacation rental and be able to just get a land use permit and go from there. If you're just north of Gold Beach, maybe you go to the north side of the river and you go maybe Nasika Beach, Orford, one of these places, somewhere around southern part of Port Orford. If you can find, a house somewhere in this area, they don't come up often. Or if you're south of Gold Beach, in between, there's that Pistol River area I was talking about. Anywhere in between here and Brookings, south of Brookings till you get to there, there's not a ton of places there. But if you can find one in that area, that's going to be where you want to go in order to find a great place to do a vacation rental. Pros of that, there's not a lot of restrictions. Cons, it's very isolated. Southern Oregon coast is probably the most isolated area on the coast. When you think of remote, I live on the Oregon coast, more central, but I would say that the Southern Oregon coast is going to be more remote. However, it's still a great investment opportunity because people still go there. The rental numbers on those places are they are competitive and they do cash flow most times. So that is what you're going to want to look at between the California border and Port Orford, or just a little bit north around Langlois or Sixes. That's going to be the area that you want to be. Anywhere in there that's not inside the city limits, it's called an unincorporated area of Curry County. Those are going to be definitely one of your top options there. Okay, we're going to go to number 2 on our list. Number 2 on our list is the unincorporated areas of Coos County. Coos County is just north of Curry County and basically runs just south of Reedsport. Just south of Reedsport is Winchester Bay. The cutoff is right around there, right around Lakeside, and it goes down south of Bandon. So anywhere between Lakeside to Bandon that is not inside of the city limits of Bandon, Coos Bay, North Bend, Lakeside. Now, if you want something inside Coos Bay or North Bend is actually very favorable when it comes to buying a vacation rental license or buying, a home, and you want to put it in the vacation rental license pool. However, if you know the coast at all, that's not really a destination area where people are just going to go to North Bend to hang out. Maybe if they want to go, they have a home base and then they're going to go out and go to different spots near there. But really, it's not going to be a place where people are going to want to go and spend a ton of time in North Bend in particular. So even though the rules are very lax in North Bend, I would say you're going to want something as a vacation rental that is kind of a destination in itself. So on the beach, near the ocean, that has something like that. So between Lakeside, what do people do in Lakeside? People in the Lakeside area, you see all this white? This is the dunes. This is the national, I think it's a national park. And people come here all the time to take ATVs, four-wheelers, motorcycles, side-by-sides, and they go ride on the dunes. Well, when they're riding on the dunes, they might camp, but if you could find a property in this area, it was a great vacation rental license where they could come, park their stuff, and then jam out to the dunes. That would be a killer place to do that. Now, are there homes there? Definitely. Do they come up often? Not too much, but keep your eyes on that spot because that's an unincorporated area of Coos Bay. What is unincorporated? It's just something that's not inside of the city limits of a city and a county. So it falls under county rules. County rules are very simple. In Coos County, all you need is a land use permit outside of city limits. That's what you need. So when we go to, say, Charleston, right? And then we go out here, this whole area, there are some houses and some places along this area. This would be a great area to do this, okay? All along here. Why do people come to Bandon? To go golfing at Bandon Dunes. Well, can you find a place where maybe a group of guys, they don't want to stay on Bandon Dunes at the resort. They don't want to stay in Bandon. They want to be somewhere near there, and they want to be able to go golfing every day. Find a house for them so that where they can pack 10, 12 guys, and all of a sudden, you've got yourself a very profitable cash flowing vacation rental license situation. I mean, that is number 6, unincorporated areas in Coos County. Number 5 coming up next. 5 on our list is Brookings, Oregon. It is inside of the Curry County auspice, but it's got city limits. What do you need to do to get a vacation rental license inside of Brookings? They're very friendly. It is get a conditional use permit in Brookings for a vacation rental license. Easy, not waitlisted. You will be able to get something rather quickly. This is one of the best towns on the entire Oregon coast. It is remote. It is on the southern Oregon coast. However, it is one of the most beautiful and one of the most eventful places on the Oregon coast. If you're going to go to Brookings, this would be a great place to do a vacation rental license. So maybe you want to retire there. You don't want to move there yet. Maybe it's a second home. Maybe you just want to do an investment. Brookings is going to be a great place to do that when it comes to vacation rental license on the Oregon coast. So just some pros and cons of Brookings. The weather. It's got 30 to 60 days more of sun in Brookings than on other Oregon coastal towns. When you're thinking about, something like Waldport or Lincoln City, it's about 30 days more of there, and it's about 60 days more of sun than you would get in Astoria, Seaside, Warrenton, just the way it goes. So Brookings, with the Chetco effect and the Banana Belt, definitely is going to be a great place, and that's why we rank it number 5 on our list of the best places to buy a short-term rental on the Oregon coast. Okay, number 4 on our list, just north of Brookings, still in Curry County. There's a theme here, is Port Orford. Port Orford is going to be a great place to get a vacation rental license. Now, they do have a cap and they do have a wait list, but it's a short wait list, and it's going to be rather easy to get into that market. So if you can find a place somewhere in Port Orford that has a view, has some situation where it's good, throw it into that pool for that short-term rental license, and you will get in there after the wait list comes to zero. That's just a place that you definitely want to be. Most of the places along the Oregon coast that have good, friendly vacation rental license situations, sometimes they are capped, sometimes they do have a wait list, but I would say Port Orford is definitely one of our top places on the Oregon coast in Curry County. Now, number 4, I got 4A and 4B. These are both very good places both in Lincoln City. So Lincoln City doesn't have the best rules. Lincoln County doesn't have very good rules. They're not friendly at all. But inside, there's pockets inside these towns, and one of the best in all of the Oregon coast is right here in Lincoln City. This is called Olivia Beach. Olivia Beach is a beautiful community of some of the most beautiful homes there. You can see through our little pictures here. It's got its own private entrance. It's got these, I don't know, they're Cape Cod-y cottages with just beautiful, nuanced craftsman style finishes. They're just awesome. They're really cool places. It's got a park. It's got a allowance for short-term rentals within that community. And the cool thing about the houses there is maybe they might have a garage as an apartment on top. So you could actually get maybe even 2 rentals if you get one that has, a studio with a small kitchen and a bathroom on top of the garage, or you could live there and then have a vacation rental license next to it. Parking's not always the best, but the cool thing about them is they have 2 entrances. So like this one right here, for instance, okay, this is the main road, and then here's an alley, and it has a garage, and on top of the garage, you can see it's got that dormer, and I've been in this one, I believe, and it's got a little apartment on it. Same with this one. You got the main house, and then you've got the garage with a little place on it. Not all of them are like that. Some of them are like that. Like this house, it's got the house, and then you've got the garage, and it looks like there's a deck, maybe a 1-bedroom or just a studio apartment on there. So you have so many good options for short-term rentals in Olivia Beach. So that's 4B, okay, or 4A. And then 4B is going to be Rhodes End. Rhodes End is just north. They just got incorporated into Lincoln City, and they kind of had their own rules. Well, here coming up, when the moratorium changes in Lincoln County in August, these short-term rental licenses are going to start conveying. So if a house here has a short-term rental license with it, it will convey to the next owner. A lot of these places, if they have a short-term rental license, it only stays with the owner that is currently there. And then once there's a transfer of ownership, it doesn't transfer, the license doesn't transfer over to the new owner. So Rhodes End in Lincoln City, if you want to be in Lincoln City, or Olivia Beach. Those 2 communities are going to be tied for number 4 of the best places to buy a property for short-term vacation rental license. Number 3 on our list, Florence, Oregon. This is in Lane County. So how Lane County works is Lane County is mainly Eugene, but they have this sliver from just south of Yachats, so about right here, all the way down the coast, just south of Florence. Great thing about Florence is you have the dunes here. This is one of the largest dunes, and remember I showed you earlier, here's the dunes from Lakeside to Coos Bay. Well, some of the more popular dunes are right here. Now that doesn't look huge, but when you're actually there, I mean, that is, like a 3 or 4 miles of, and maybe like a mile across. It is huge when you're actually there. So any property in Florence is going to be a great place for vacation rental licenses. Lane County, very friendly, no wait list, no cap. That is the place you're going to want to buy a vacation rental, is Florence, Oregon, or anywhere north of Florence all the way to Yachats. So if you can get anything There's a lot of little pockets here. You've got, I'll just kind of go down the coast right here, Sea Rose Beach. This is going to be a place where there are properties. And if you can get into any of these properties, you're going to have an easy opportunity to get vacation rental license there. You can see there's just a couple places that there's not a ton of houses there, but those are going to be great spots. Excuse me. Obviously, Cape Hesita Head Lighthouse is there. And then when you go south, now you're into Florence and the dunes. It's going to be a great place for when you want to get into a vacation rental on the Central Oregon coast. Lincoln County to the north is not friendly. There's a few pockets I showed you in Lincoln City, but other than that, there's not really a lot of opportunities unless you could get a house that's commercial use. So Florence, just south of Newport, is going to be a great place for you to have a vacation rental license on the Central Oregon coast. Number 2 on our list of the Oregon coast's best and most friendliest short-term rental license communities is Rockaway Beach. Rockaway Beach is this place nestled between Tillamook and Seaside that is going to give you a great opportunity. The beach is amazing. The views are amazing. It's nestled up these hills right behind it, give you a feel like you're right up against the mountains and right up against the beach. And it is going to be an amazing place. It is real close to number 1, but I gave it number 2 just because of its location. It's close to Portland, maybe 2 hours from Portland, 2 hours from Salem. Great place to be, but you do have to kind of travel up Highway 101 or south on 101 to get to the valley. This is going to be no wait list, you're going to quickly go through the process of getting a short-term rental, and you are going to have some of the most beautiful views on the coast. It doesn't have any great events in Rockaway Beach. It's going to kind of just be a destination in itself. People just want to go to the beach, Rockaway Beach. But I would say this is definitely one of the best places that you could find a vacation rental license property on the Oregon coast. Rockaway Beach is going to be amazing. So, number 2 on our list of the best places to buy a vacation rental license or vacation rental property, Airbnb, VRBO, Rockaway Beach, Oregon, on the northern Oregon coast. And number 1 on our list of the most friendly communities for vacation rental license opportunities is Waldport, Oregon. This is in Lincoln County. Lincoln County is not a friendly place. They're actively trying to get rid of vacation rental licenses and the opportunity for that in the unincorporated areas. It's the county that doesn't really, they've really limited it. There's a moratorium in the county. However, Waldport is, if it's in the city limits of Waldport, you have a great chance of getting an awesome vacation rental license opportunity. It is going to be a great place for you. It's going to be no wait list, no real timeline that's going to put you back. You're going to get a property. You're going to apply for that vacation rental license, and you're going to get it quick, and you'll be able to get online and get going. Waldport, Oregon. Why is it number 1? I would say, first of all, it's going to be one of those things where you've got an amazing opportunity to get your vacation rental license. It's also really close to Newport. Newport, which isn't as friendly, has great restaurants, great culture, lots of things there. It's a quick shot to Yachats. Yachats is just 8 miles south. People love Yachats, want to be there. So if you're coming to visit and you've got a house, a vacation rental, and you just come for 2-3 weeks a year, well, guess what? Yachats is great. Just south of Yachats, that whole strip, one of the best drives on the Oregon coast from Yachats to Florence. This whole strip, you got Hesita Head Lighthouse, you've got Cape Perpetua, you've got Yachats. To the north, you have Seal Rock, Newport, all the way up to Lincoln City, great golfing. And honestly, one of the best and easiest drives to the valley from any coastal town is the route from Newport over to Corvallis on Highway 20. So for all of those reasons, and for the ease of getting that short-term rental inside the city limits of Waldport, that's why I got to put it number 1 on our most friendly communities to getting a vacation rental license for your new property. So when you're thinking of which which community should I invest in when I'm going to get a retirement home, when I'm going to get a second home, when I'm going to just get a investment opportunity for short-term rental purposes? If it's any of those, you're going to look at the communities of unincorporated areas of Curry County, the unincorporated areas of Coos County, Brookings, Port Orford, Florence. Remember, in Lincoln City, you've got the Rhodes End area, and you also have Olivia Beach in Lincoln City. And then you're going to look at Florence, Rockaway Beach, and Waldport. Those are going to be your most friendly and really the most doable, unless you want to be on a wait list for a long time, or you want to buy a property and realize that your property is not eligible for short-term rentals. Those are the communities that you want to be in. So what do you do if you buy a property or you have a property and it doesn't qualify for being in the vacation rental license pool? Well, most communities will let you can long-term rent it, or you can rent it once every 30 days. So what that means is, in September, you can rent it once, whether that's 2 days, 5 days, 14 days, 17 days, doesn't matter. You can rent it one time in that 30-day window. Then October comes, you can rent it one time in that 30-day window. Then the next, so those are called long-term rentals, and you can do that. So you can still rent your place out 12 times a year, but it's just not going to be as lucrative as if you had a vacation rental, a short-term vacation rental that is going to allow you to turn that over a lot quicker. Things that you want to consider when you're getting a short-term rental property and investment: you want to think of HOA fees, you want to think of taxes, you want to think of location, you want to think of the list goes on, and you also want to think of where do you want to be. If none of those 7 places or 8 places that I listed to you are places where you want to be, then you just basically got to get your property where you want it and just hope that you can get on a wait list, because everybody has a cap most of the time, and everybody has a wait list. It's just how long are you going to wait? So those are the places that you're going to want to invest. If you need any help and you're looking on the Oregon coast and you're like, man, I do want to get a property, an investment property, a second home, a retirement home that I can short-term rent, and you need help, you need boots on the ground, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. I'm here to help. I'm happy to help. Well, that's going to do it today for that overlook on all the short-term rental opportunities on the Oregon coast. My name is Eddie. Just remember, let's make this the best day ever.